So this time we thought maybe it would be good to focus on a particular passage, to take
Sure.
some text. And you suggested 2 Samuel 3, verses 20 through 27. So this is a fascinating text full of intrigue and war and sex and many other dynamics. But maybe we should just set the scene a little bit and let people know why this is a key passage that you chose to talk about.
Okay, well, a civil war has been going on after the death of Saul and Jonathan at Mount Gilboa between the house of Saul and the house of David. And the house of Saul is, his successor is one of his sons named Mephibosheth. Actually, the original name was Mephibaal. That is, many Israelites had pagan theophoric names, and the tradition, I think the ancient scribal tradition eventually erased those. So instead of Baal, of course, a Canaanite deity, they substituted Boshet, which means shame. Okay, so we'll call him Mephibosheth. And he's a kind of pusillanimous character, and the real power in the 10 northern tribes allied with Saul is Abner, the commanding general. And a quarrel, it's over a woman, actually, occurs between Abner and Mephibosheth, and Abner gets totally fed up with this guy. So he says, okay, I'm going over to David. We will seal a pact of amity between the northern tribes and the two southern tribes, and David, I will recognize David as king over the whole people of Israel. So that's the setting. Now, I should add one thing, that the counterpart on David's side to Abner is Joab. Joab, actually, you know, David's core supporters were kind of family militia from Bethlehem. And Joab is actually a nephew of David, but he seems to be the same age. He's definitely the son of Tsuria, who's a sister of David. So there is bad blood, or to use the technical term, a blood vendetta between Abner and Joab, because on the battlefield, Abner was being pursued by Joab's fleet-footed brother Asael, and he knows he can't get away from the sprinter. So he says, turn to the right or the left and strike down one of the lads while I don't want to kill you. And Asael persists, and Abner, a seasoned warrior, pulls a battlefield trick on him. He stops short, thrusts the butt of his spear back under his arm, and it penetrates the soft belly of Asael, and he kills him. So that's the setting for this scene. Now, what verse would you like to start on?
Well, I actually have made a PowerPoint where we'll be able to see the Hebrew and the English for each verse on screen. So that will be very convenient, I hope. Just one, I think, minor correction. I was just checking to be sure, but I think you said the king was Mephibosheth, and I think it was Ishbosheth.
Oh, yes.
At the moment, and the later one is the young boy is. They're all wrapped. It's such an interesting tale. It's I really recommend that people read those early chapters. You were just summarizing the first chapters of 2 Samuel, the war between the house of David and the house of Saul. And it's so fascinating how it is described there. And I'm going to have many questions of my own that I hope maybe you'll be able to address some.
Shalom, I'm here to invite you to come with us on a journey of discovery into the Jewish context and culture that will forever change the way you read and interpret the Bible. As you slowly go through our self-paced, on-demand program in Jewish studies relevant for Christians, you will gain ability to discover the original meaning of the biblical texts. You will see the nuance hidden behind our best and faithful translations, and to interpret these ancient texts in their original meaning. At Israel Bible Center, we provide you with the state-of-the-art, simple-to-use technology. This way, you can study on your own from the comfort of your own home, even towards your certificate in the Jewish context and culture. This study will strengthen your ministry as you continue to serve God. We will guide you through our large collection of crash courses by our fascinating faculty and roundtable talks with leading world scholars. Our weekly Israel Bible magazine, as well as Israel Bible podcast that focuses on the land of Israel, will assist us along the way. We believe that the Bible does not need to be rewritten, but it needs to be carefully reread.
Click the link and register today to our wide variety of biblical courses.